My Little Pony The Next Generation was the best MLP gen so far. Said literally no one ever. Let's just get right into the video, cause, man, My Little Pony Generation 5 was what some might say, the worst My Little Pony ever. I know most didn't like it because of the character designs, because they kind of look really bad. The storyline, people didn't really enjoy the storyline. The 3D designs were very new, and people weren't really used to 3D or expecting it, or it was just bad. Overall, it was just bad. While all those things are very true at the same time, people obviously still liked it, and I'm not like hating or like dogging on you for liking it. I mean, it was fine. It had a lot of things it could have improved upon, especially being in a meat follow-up to Generation 4 that was so popular and that was really good and stuff like that, with the designs and just everything. It was just really hard to follow up that with this. That, however, is not what I'm talking about today. I am going to be, instead of redesigning Generation 5, I'm going to be giving my idea of what a good idea for Generation 6 would be. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm going to show you the sketch that I did of all of the 6 ponies I had an idea for this Generation 6. The first 2 I'm not actually going to talk about right now, because I'm going to be talking about them later in the video, because I'm only talking about these 2, like, in depth with a full speed paint of each of them. But this first one, his name is Shadow Blitz. He is going to be the main character of my story. I love him. He's so silly. He obviously is the Pegasus. This next pony, her name is Violet Harmony. Her name kind of has to do with what she wants to be. These 2 are the ones I'm going to be talking about in this video. So I'm not really going to talk about them too much right now. So the next pony that's going to be drawn, her name is going to be Sugar Spice. She doesn't act like what her name kind of gives everyone the expectation of. She's hypercritical, she's super... She can be mean, she can be super blunt. She has a couple siblings, and all of them have sort of been hurt by their big sister's bluntness. They always ask her for advice, and she kind of just gives them these like one-off answers and doesn't seem like she cares. She does, it's just she has a hard time showing it. And Sugar Spice, she has to show her feelings in a different way, so she normally like makes them crafts or makes them food. So that's Sugar Spice. The next one, his name is Golden Spark. He's kind of the sort of fold, kind of. That's not the right word. That's not the word I'm thinking of. Yeah, he's like the Luna to Celestia. He's Shadow Blitz's Luna to his Celestia, kind of. Or I guess it's vice versa, because Shadow is Shadow and Golden Spark. Anyway, so Golden Spark, the one on screen right now, he is kind of, well, obviously kind of his opposite in a lot of ways, except Shadow is the super peppy, kind of happy one, where Golden Spark is kind of more mellow and laid back. His kind of... he has one younger brother and an older sister. His younger brother is actually going to be in the main 6. His name is Comet Tail. He's not on screen yet, but he and his brother, they're really close. But he has like this like love of like learning about stars and how they're born and things like that. But his brother just wants to be like really fast. But then there's Sunlight Dew. She isn't a morning person, despite her cutie mark kind of dictating her to bring the morning dew in the morning. So there's gonna be more about her, but I haven't got a lot planned for her. But Comet, he wants to be this like big important person, and he kind of wants to be the fastest colt in like colt racing, but because he's small and he's kind of he doesn't look as big and bulky as the other colts that are doing the same thing he is, and so everyone's like, oh, you must be the run of your family, and so kind of that's his I don't know, his thing, I guess. This story is gonna be kind of like, not modern, but kind of, they have like real people problems. So like trying to find jobs, or just trying to fit in, or trying to figure out who you are. So yeah. Alright, so Shadow Blitz, he, ever since he was a little kid, he has been sort of kind of kicked out of society for everyone giving like an assumption about him, because he resembles a very certain villain that everyone's very afraid of in the Crystal Empire, King Sombra. And everyone used to say that he must be King Sombra's forgotten heir because he's so similar, and he somehow has been able to do a certain kind of magic since he was a foal. And so he's kind of been left out of society. He has had a best friend since childhood, obviously Golden Spark. He was born in the Crystal Empire, but no one actually knows where he's from. And so he, unfortunately, has just had a very hard time making friends. But when Golden Spark makes like this big group of friends, I suppose not really big group of friends, but the group of friends that he has, and sort of invites Shadow to come, all of the foals and fillies that, you know, he hangs out with, none of them are from the Crystal Empire, like they are. And so none of them kind of see him as this big evil villain because they don't really recognize it. But so he kind of feels like he fits in. And then his friends start hearing the rumors, but obviously they're his friends, so they're like, there's no way you could possibly be this bad evil person's son. But of course, because I have to give my poor children trauma, he is in fact King Sombra's long-lost heir. But the only difference is when King Sombra and whoever, surprise, had Shadow Blitz, he wasn't evil, or at the time he wasn't evil. And so no one knows that Shadow Blitz might have the same magic that King Sombra does, but he isn't actually ever going to be evil because his dad wasn't at the time he had him. So that is Shadow Blitz. I will probably go into more detail about each of them individually in their own separate videos, but for now, that's Shadow Blitz. Violet Harmony is a single mother of only one. She has a daughter. Her daughter, at the moment, is now college age, but when she had her, she wanted to be a singer. Violet Harmony wanted to go tour across Equestria singing, but she got pregnant with her daughter and she never was able to. But now that her daughter is all grown and moved to Canterlot for college, she's kind of at a loss of what to do. Her daughter's trying to convince her, get a gig, sing, Mom, like, you're really good, you should do it. And of course Violet's like, no, I couldn't, I'm not that great, I'm just an old mom who has a daughter who's in college now. No one's gonna want to hear me sing, sort of. And so she gets kind of a letter from one of her old friends, Golden Spark, about kind of wanting to rekindle his friendship with some of his old college friends, and the people she used to hang out with. And so she kind of is like, oh, let's go see what this is about. And he says he wants to kind of introduce them all to someone, and so she's like, I wonder who this is, I wonder what it's about. And so she goes, and obviously she meets Shadow Blitz and all her other friends again, but all of them meet Shadow Blitz for the first time. Golden Spark introduces them, and all this yada yada, and Violet Harmony kind of forms this very big one-sided crush on him that he definitely does not reciprocate. And she never acts on it or anything, but they get over it. I mean, she gets over it. They don't, but she gets over it eventually, after conversations and a heartfelt I 1-to-1. And so, but eventually she starts singing and people find her and they're like, we want to put you on tour. And so they all go on tour with her because she's like, I can do this alone. So her friends go with her on this tour and she becomes this new singer, Violet Harmony, which her cutie mark has been always about singing. But she owns a music store in, I don't know where I'm gonna put them. Actually, that's a lie. I think I wanted them to live in Manhattan. Obviously not Shadowblitz. He still kind of lives in the middle of like fucking nowhere because of everyone kind of shaming him from his home. So he kind of lives in like a house with Golden Spark because he's like, they live together, obviously. So that is Violet Harmony. Obviously, like I said, I'll talk about more of them individually in their own like single videos when I do sketches about them and more like world building if I decide to take this video and this series that far. But that is Violet Harmony. Jeez, I'm so glad that this video is over. Not because I got bored of this video. This video has taken so much of my energy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will try to get the next video out as soon as possible. Thank you. I'm so tired. Thank you for watching the end. I hope you stay. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Bye.